Jet Surf 2002 here, playing more Planet Coaster, and I'm back in my Cavernous Rapids ride. And this episode, I'm showing you how I placed all the rocks and shrubs and trees. So I went and decorated the entire rest of the ride outside from the station, starting from the station to the cave. So here I am, putting some more rocks, having some more fun with some trees and shrubs and whatever worked. So this is where I actually started putting some bushes right here. And then I realized, wait a second, actually that kind of works. So I kind of copy pasted the idea right here to see how it looked. And honestly, from the ride, it actually looks pretty good. So I kept it. So I was thinking about what it would look like if I was actually on the ride itself. Because I do love making these videos. And I will have full completed videos of all the rides when I'm done with them. But I also will have them at the end of the videos. But I will upload them as separate videos later on. And this way it would be awesome. Yep, and that's all I did. I just kept going down here. Had to lower them to place them. Kind of make it like... I rotated them every so often and give it that little like different look. Because I didn't want that complete copy-paste look the entire time. Although it looked good sometimes. Really depended. And I filled that one up. Because sometimes there's some spots you can't get to. And I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of a pain in the butt to do this when you're doing it on the angle like that, trying to fill in those spaces on a diagonal. But it works. So I decided, actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. And I put more and more and more, and I thought this was actually gonna look really cool because this is a winding river, and then it's gonna go up, and then it's gonna go down. So I just kept doing this, and at the same time, I was actually making so much money off of this. Like, I can literally do almost whatever. So, honestly, this ride has been absolutely worth it so far. And all these shrubs, it took me so long. It was just, so long. And every so often I put some rocks, I just to mix it up. Because it can't just be just shrubs. I mean, I just wanted just like greenery coming out at the end, because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to like going down the river and just like having all this like stuff growing out. I did forget there was the other shrub, but because I just kind of just wanted to get it done, and it was such a long process to get the entire process done that I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna keep copy pasting and putting some rocks in between, and then later on I was gonna put the trees, and I'll show you that too. The entire time I had it actually playing, so. This way I can rack up all this money. Look, and from the looks of it, it was 18,000 at this point. So, this is an impressively profitable ride, and especially after I put the scenery in, definitely. And so, pretty much I just kept going here, and I put some more rocks, and put some rocks over here. Anywhere there's like open spaces where it's a little larger, get that look, make things look a little natural. So I just kind of went down, put some before I could put some on the shrubs and stuff. And literally, I am just literally just putting shrubs. Like I literally most of this process was shrubs. I kid you not. It was so time consuming and so tedious trying to get it right, because you can't really have it like shift and snap it. Because it goes underneath, and sometimes you'll lose it, and sometimes it won't. I gotta give them credit. There's a few little issues with moving some stuff and things disappearing, and honestly, it's the camera. It's the camera. Around the terrain, it's the camera. Woo. Yeah, so pretty much more shrubs all the way down. Man, I could be shredding shrubs all day. Yeah, so decided to put some more rocks again, switch it up. Anytime I felt like I was placing way too many shrubs, I decided to put some rocks, because it felt somewhat I just got this feeling, like instincts were telling me, yeah, put a few more rocks in. It actually looks cool that way. Because this is just going to be the outside part. and I just wanted to cover this up with greenery, grow it over it or next to it, cover up all these little holes from the terrain is mostly what it is. So I wanted to just fill it in, and at first I didn't know what to fill it in with, and I figured out the first time when I just tried that first bush, it actually worked. So just kind of kept on with the idea. So not a bad idea. I never thought about it before. I was gonna use like scabolas or something else, or I didn't even know what I was gonna do. And I just kept placing there. And yeah, just a little copy paste for me, but it was getting a little annoying at the end placing so many, because then I looked on the other side and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not done yet. So, and yeah, once I realized the other side was like, so I went back to this part of the cave and I just went, you know what, let me just finish this, and then work myself way back in, not look at it from farther ahead, because it was it was mind-boggling me a little bit. And this little area, I was gonna fix it a little bit with the train, but you know what, I decided, you know what, let me just place a bunch of damn rocks right here, and it kind of worked out. And then started to put some shrubs around, did the same thing, copy paste, say blah 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 blah, just to make it look good, fill it in, just for the ride. The main focus was pretty much just how does it look like from the ride? Does it look cool? Do you see these little holes on the side? Well, maybe, maybe not. Alright, I kept going in there. Put some on the other side of the rocks. Put a few in there as I could reach. Get myself going for next episode when I actually start to finish that cave. And put as the cave of ridiculousness, with a bunch of ridiculous things in there. Or whatever I can find. Because I've never really worked too much with the special effects. I've done a lot of building and scenery and some roller coasters and stuff, but I have not done any special effects or kind of themed rides. So this is a first for me, and I'm liking the way this is doing. So after this, I decided just to go ahead and just start placing a bunch of trees that look good, diversify it. Always need some diversification. Put a few trees. I don't remember what this is. I think this was an ash tree, but I also put some spruce. I put some birch trees, a couple of oaks. I didn't really like the way that the oaks looked with this area, so I stuck with a lot of birch trees near the water. And there's that oak. I put a couple in, but they were more like, you know. And I thought, I was like, because of the shadow. I was thinking about the shadow, and I wanted the it wouldn't look right. So I put a bunch of these little birch trees that kind of hang off, little small ones at the end. A couple spruces. So I just kept went ahead and just placed them randomly, just to make it look natural, or as natural as possible, make it look good. This way from the ride, you're not seeing just an empty background. You actually feel like you're in a forest, like you feel like you're going down a river in the middle of the woods, and that's pretty much what I wanted to get out of it. As you can tell, I really do love my nature. All that hiking in the past, yeah, I wonder why. Oh, I do plan on having some paths and stuff going over, and some extra rides going around. So, but I wanted to complete this. So the main focus was putting the trees only around this ride, because the other areas I'm going to start decorating on their own, because I'm going to be changing them up. Mostly because the next ride I'm going to be putting in is going to be the train station. It's the Connie Express. But for the next water ride, I'm putting in the log flume. So when I start working on this area after I've done this ride again, I'm going to be working on the log flume. And that's going to be somewhere around in the middle of this too. And it's going to be incorporated along with the rapids. So that's why I just focused on trees and shrubs pretty much just around this. After a while, looking pretty good. I did like the overhanging trees though. I do wish there was a little bit more variety of them, because it started to look a little copy-pasty for me, and I don't really like that stuff. That's why I like to kind of just add some more. That's why I put an extra oak over here, a couple spruces, and even over here I put that tree there. I figured, you know what, it needs a little bit over here because you're not going to see anything but like an empty background, so no, I wanted to make it as immersive as possible. Pretty much all these fancy trees. And that's pretty much what it looks like. Hey, damn, it took me a while. I'm gonna leave this episode here with, again, as soon as I find the correct car in this footage. I'm going to be leaving this off again with another update ride. So you get to see what it looks like now with all the shrubs and trees and with the theme. And the last thing I have to do is the cave. So the Cave of Ridiculousness. And with a bunch of ridiculous things I can find. Just make it as exciting as possible because it's the most boring, long winding path through the cave I've ever made. I wanted to make that more exciting, but after I put all that terrain in and spent all that money on it, I decided, nah, I'm not even going to bother with doing that. So, no. Alright, so we're going to be waiting for some people to get on. There we go. Okay. I think we're ready to test this out. So, I'm going to leave this here for you guys to enjoy. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you love this video. And if you want to see some more. And next time, I'm going to be finishing up the Cave of Ridiculousness. So, enjoy. Peace.
Says there.
Shows you some.